Hello, and welcome to this Madden Ultimate Team Showdown. I'm your host, the Coach.
Get strapped in. It's just about time to get the party started. And here we go. We're underway in Madden Ultimate Team. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. And leading them, Charles, their quarterback, their field general.
And this could be a whole lot of fun because if his game plan goes into effect early, we're going to see some shots downfield, aren't we? What did he talk to us about? Stretching the field. Wants to open things up for not just his receivers, but for anything underneath.
Well, that was the theme, the front page of the sports section. What did the columnist write? Possible air raid. So we'll see. Yeah,
it's going to be interesting to see how the coaches view that, right? Who gave away the game plan? I think it's pretty obvious, though. That'll help them win.
Gain of 9.
A good safe pass there right off the bat.
That's almost a rhythm play. That's what we like to call it. Get them into rhythm early, something safe, something they're confident about, something they feel good. And once that's completed, then you just keep moving from there because the confidence elevates.
First carry for the five-time Pro Bowler, LaDainian Tomlinson. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
It's a
quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
They'll throw on first down with Favre. Pressure, and he's going to be taken down. They sack him back right around the 44. Shamar Stephen able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. From the shotgun, it's Favre. He's going to rifle one deep left. It's caught inside the 25. And he is down deep into Minnesota territory. That one good for 37 yards.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Andre Johnson there to make the grab. And the Panthers take it right down and score on the opening drive.
For the extra point.
On paper coming in, you'd say that these guys are the better team by far, and they sort of showed their superiority there on the opening drive.
Yeah, they came in the heavy favorite in this game, and even though they're on the road, they just wiped it away, didn't they? They just said to everyone, we're the better team. We just showed it to you on this opening drive, and we expect to do it all game long.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out. Minnesota's offense and QB Kirk Cousins set to go here.
The debate about Kirk Cousins continues to rage both among Vikings fans and fans around the league. But when you look at his numbers, you think this is one of the better quarterbacks in the league. Last year broke a string of 4 straight 4,000-yard passing years with the emergence of Dalvin Cook in the backfield. So while those numbers dropped, he was still solid throwing the football. 26 touchdown passes, just 6 interceptions. Now he just got to develop an extra target on the perimeter in order to get his numbers back to the previous levels.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, any lane that might have been open there was closed pretty quickly, and that was because the defensive front, they won that battle at the point of attack at the line of scrimmage. They used great leverage, held their spot, and stacked him up.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
Panthers 7, Vikings nothing.
They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line. Cousins gives way to Cook. He takes this for 3 to the 29.
Cousins hands to Dalton.
Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
On 3rd down, Cousins. And it's incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Colquitt on to kick as he sends it away. Fielded just inside the 20. So a good punt, but a solid 12-yard return. And the Panthers will take over now, 1st and 10. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And they'll be looking to make this a 2-score advantage. Had the touchdown on their first drive, Charles. Hey, they can get up 2 scores here on the road. That's a heck of a start.
And not only have they thought about it, I wonder if they visualized it. I remember playing and they used to turn the lights out in our meeting room and run through a situation like this and say, just think about what it would be like to be up on the road and take the crowd out of it. Maybe they did some of that.
And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. 7 yards the pick up there.
It's a gain of 7.
2 minutes on the clock, 2nd quarter, 7-0 ball game.
7-yard line.
A reminder that when halftime rolls around, Jonathan Coachman will have all the highlights and analysis of this first half of play from our studios in Orlando. Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. It'll be a 2-yard gain, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
That might feel like a little bit of a lost opportunity there for the offense because the defense brought pressure that time. And sometimes against that, you can get out to your running back, and it could turn into a big gain downfield. But what a nice job they did getting to him quickly and holding him to a short gain.
From the gun, it's Favre. And that's knocked away and incomplete. There to knock that one away defensively, Eric Kendricks.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
On is the punter, Hecker, as he gets this one away. And this will be touchdown inside the 40-yard line.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own.
The Vikings taking the field here for their 2nd drive of the game, and they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better players, and maybe try and hit something big and get things going in the excitement area.
Cousins trying to get his guys up to the line of scrimmage quickly. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. Not able to get a single yard there, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
It's now 3rd and less.
And he gets this one across midfield for the first down to the 46. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts as the stoppage will come with a little under a minute to go in this first half. Cousins on 1st down. That's complete to the receiver, Thielen. Yeah, he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. It's a gain of 16, and the Vikings have the 1st down as well.
But one of the ways that quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field, and here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
Cousins now to throw on 1st down. He goes underneath to Abdullah. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number one.
2nd and 6 at the Panthers' 27-yard line.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Again, it's Cousins. That is caught. It's Tajay Sharp. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 16. It's a gain of 11 as the Vikings pick up the first. So the ball down to the 16 here for 1st and 10.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle, the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice first down. Drive keeps moving.
2nd and 7 at the 13-yard line.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
Out of the end zone. Brings up 3rd down and 7.
So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit.
A 30-yard attempt.
Bailey's kick is good, and that will do it for this first half. First half in, and now due to apparent time constraints, we fast forward to the beginning of the second half.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And tackled at the 21-yard line, so a net negative there of 4 yards.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 20.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And with the way this offense has played thus far, to be frank, they got to feel pretty grateful to be in the ball game.
I would agree with you totally because they've done all of nothing offensively in this game, yet they still find themselves in a position on this drive where a touchdown can give them the lead. They need to take advantage of it.
They're still looking for that first touchdown here in the third quarter. All they have so far, the field goal. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
Smith catches left side. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 45-yard line. Not what they had in mind there. That's going to go as a loss of 4. Boy, how good has this defense been seemingly all game long?
I really think right from the first snap, I think you're really onto something there. In this passing game, it just can't get off the ground. And that play, it wound up losing yardage.
So they had the big loss on that first down pass play and facing a 2nd and long. On the ground, it's Cook. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
The ball carrier.
Playing against a 3-4 front is really challenging for offensive linemen because they can do so many different things. But when you're running the football, if you can handle the nose tackle up front and then maybe a guard can slide up to the 2nd level and block a linebacker, that's when you have success running the football.
Cousins from the gun on 3rd. He's going to find his running back. It's complete. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. 5 yards, not enough. And it'll be 4th down.
So much about this game is just understanding situations and then having to execute, isn't it? Guard the first down sticks. Don't let them get there. And they rallied and made the tackle.
The offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. From the gun, here's Cousins. Popped in the air, intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. They'll spot the ball going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the third quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
On first down, Favre. And going deep for Hill. He's got it for a Panther touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 53 yards. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
Hey, when you're thinking about your opening drive in the third quarter, you're thinking about exactly that, putting together a drive. But instead, what did we get?
Big pass downfield, touchdown. I thought, okay, you know, just sitting back in my chair, let's get eased in, a couple runs. No, boom.
Yeah, forget the body blows, folks. Let's throw the big shot right now.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away. And this carries into the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. Calling a gain of 4 on first, and that'll make it second down.
Well, they still have time to get them established, but in my estimation, they've got to pick up the urgency here. They've got to get quickly in and out of the huddle and run off a bunch more plays.
Second and 6, just inside the 30. Working out of the gun, Cousins. Toward the right sideline, but it's incomplete.
Cousins pass. Thrown to the sideline and incomplete. Brings up third down and 6 yards to go.
Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. From the shotgun, it's Cousins. And he comes back with one complete. And he's going to come up a bit short. He needed to get to the 35 for the first, but he only makes it to the 34. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. It's the Vikings in possession of the football, but they need some points. They're trailing here to start the fourth. And they're indeed going to go for it here on fourth down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. And Rudolph pass at the tight end. And he's able to get the first before he's taken down at the 36. The time to pull out the stops is now, and they convert there on fourth down. Fourth down, trailing in the fourth quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need. And that's exactly what they got done.
Now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Yeah, that one sailed on him. You've got to make sure you give your receiver a chance to come down inbounds because they are very gifted. They'll make the circus catches, but they make them out of bounds. That does you no good.
Throwing again, Cousins on 2nd and 10. And complete, right side, the tight end Rudolph. They do get a couple, but they'll be left staring at a 3rd and 8 coming up. And right now, defensively, you love that, don't you? I mean, you'll give them that play.
And they'll take it every single time. This is almost like nickeling and diming it downfield, and too much time's going to run off the clock.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Got an open man finding Jefferson. And he will have the Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Cousins finding the rookie Jet. And this is intercepted. And that should do it. Picked up by Cliff Harris, the six-time Pro Bowler. And his guys will take over at the 30-yard line. For this defense, CD, that's kind of the icing on the cake here as we get to the end of this one.
And didn't you feel that they weren't just going into total prevent there? You know, they had the lead, and sometimes you fall back and you lose your aggressiveness. Not in this case. They were still making a play on the football, and look how that one turned out. They may have salted this one away.
Number 28.
The Vikings going to signal for their first of their timeouts as they'll get it with just over 90 seconds to go in the ball game.
The pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
This, in all probability, another run here on 2nd and 8. Once again, it's Jacobs. Now 3rd down is looming. A pickup of 2 on 1st down and just 1 yard there. Now the Vikings will use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he'll lose yardage. Brought down at the 32. The Vikings going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And with things looking pretty good on the scoreboard, they're going to keep the offense out there and go for it here on 4th. Favre. Going for the deep ball. And at the 7-yard line, the catch is made. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. That one a backbreaker as they wind up converting there on 4th. That was a bit of a desperation throw on 4th down. Both receiver and defender go up for it, but he got it. Now they're set up really nicely.
On the other side of the ball, absolute frustration. He was right at the hip of the receiver the entire time, but desperation won.
They'll run it with Jacobs. Stops short. Down at the 1. Had the broken tackle, but couldn't get it all the way home. Give him 3 on the gain there. 2nd and goal. 2nd and goal from the 1. One more time with Jacobs. And this time he is in. Taking it in from a yard out. And the Panthers add on to their lead.
Well, partner, when a team's up this big, this late in the game, I always wonder what's their motivation, because if it's me, I'm thinking about pulling on the reins a little bit. But for them, I don't think it's in their DNA. It's not their head coach's makeup at all. I think his opinion is, you stop us, we're not supposed to pull back ourselves.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away. On the return, here comes Amir Abdullah. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
On the return, the Vikings take over 1st and 10. At their own.
Now the Minnesota offense set to take over again. Let's just be frank. They're playing for pride at this point.
That's all that's left, because victory, not a chance now. And I can't wait to see how they actually go about doing it, because there are a lot of people watching the body language of the guys on the field now, and if they call plays they want executed, they need to do that and do it really well. Otherwise, there could be repercussions.
Interception thrown by Cousins. Picked off at the 49. And his guys are going to take over at their own 48-yard line.
So many times we end a game, and as we're recapping it, we're talking about what offenses did and how they won the game. Let's let's flip this one over. The defense, they frustrated the offense the entire ball game. That's why they're walking out of here with a victory.
And they're going to love to walk out of here with that as their final act, that interception. Good way for them to end it. That one looks like he'll throw here. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. And McCaffrey, 52 yards. And the Panthers, they widen their lead.
Well, this is long since over, and some might see this as overkill, but remember, this is a team that puts on the hard hats, grabs the lunch pail, and tells everyone, we're going to give you a full 60 minutes. And that's exactly how they're playing this one out.
And they open the lead up now to 25 points. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away. Now Abdullah, the return. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Call it the 26.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. This is just an exercise in futility. Do you even bother running a play here offensively?
I wouldn't, because now is not going to erase what's happened during the game. So after it's over, you're going to go to the film, find out where the game was really lost. But this is not a situation now where you're going to make up for anything.
We'll see what they do here.
Down and 10.
One last shot now for Cousins. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And his pass is intercepted for the 3rd time today. Picked off at the 40. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athletic.
Hey, everybody. Thanks for joining us today. I'm the coach, and this is Madden Ultimate Team. Let's send it down to Brandon Godden and Charles Davis for the call.
T, we're set for football. And we are underway from downtown Minneapolis. A good-looking return set up here. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. So here are the Panthers now for their opening drive. Their go-to guy under center.
What I enjoyed this week is that you asked to talk to his offensive center before the game and find out a little bit more about him and what the relationship is. And that was a pretty positive story, wasn't it?
Yeah, and really what I took away from that is just how it has permeated throughout the entire offensive line, the relationship they've had. It's really a group that's in sync.
They care about him. That's the thing. They really care. And when you care that much, you're going to play that much harder for him and give him a better chance to lead the team to wins.
First and 10, it's Favre. The Vikings after him, and they get there for the sack. A bad start there, a big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
And so much for that great field position to start the game. Now they're way behind the sticks. Can't wait to see what their second down call is going to look like now.
Following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a second down and 17. To throw is Favre. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's third down.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
And they go play action with Favre. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up fourth down.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty. And before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
So possession goes over here on the punt. And the Vikings will take over here first and 10. So here's the Viking offense making their way out. They'll be led out by their veteran signal caller. In his 9th season now, it's Kirk Cousins.
Leadership skills apparent early in his life, carried over not just in high school but in college, where he was a 3-time captain of the Michigan State Spartans and learned the art of the comeback early in his career there, and actually capped off his career with a big comeback in a bowl game before going off to the NFL.
The first carry now for Dalvin Cook. And if there was a lane there, it closed up quickly as he stopped for no gain. Second down.
Right at the line of scrimmage.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
They go play action. Cousins. And double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked up by the rookie Jeremy Chin. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown.
It goes without saying, but I'm going to say it anyway. That's a ball he would like to have back, and it lands right in the lap of the defender from there. He doesn't have very far to go before he gets to the end zone, and he got there in a hurry.
And this will be good to give the Panthers a 7-0 lead. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. And this will make it into the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Vikings taking the field here for their second drive of the game. Cousins and the Vikings with a 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. Back to it after the pick six. Cousins complete. Jefferson to target. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down.
2nd and 6 at the 29-yard line.
Cook. Not much room here as he only gets it to about the 30. Just a gain of a yard there, and now it'll be 3rd down.
Brought down at the 30-yard line. A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
Cousins now. Looking for Thielen, but it's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. And he will bring this one back. It's a pick six for a Panther touchdown. And this defense looking like they have come to play the pick six, and just like that, it's 13-0 early on.
Well, go back with me to our training camp visits. What do we hear during these drills? Pass. Ball's in the air.
And then my favorite.
Ski. That's the interception. That means everybody finds someone to block them legally, stay on your feet, and they get it done. Touchdown.
Nothing.
Extra point by Anderson, up and good. And it's now 14-0.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
So they throw the pick six. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. Now Abdullah will return. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. Right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Dales.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
14-0 the score. This is the NFL on EA Sports.
14. Vikings nothing.
Second down and 3. Cousins. And that'll be incomplete. Took a pretty good shot as he tried to pull that one in. Couldn't hang on. 3rd down.
Normally being a big-bodied receiver plays to their advantage downfield. Go up and make the catch, take the hit, and pick up yardage. But in this case, the hit was timed really well and popped it free from his grasp.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early, and now it's 4th down.
I know this offense was expecting to do big things, but it certainly hasn't turned out that way, at least not through the first 3 drives. They're definitely going to have to put their heads together and start concocting some offense that'll move the ball downfield.
So on 4th down, Britton Colquitt on to punt. It's taken on the 25. A pretty good punt there, but also a nice return of 12 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The Panthers coming back out onto the field for their 2nd drive. And the first drive, 3 and out. Second possession, see if they can get a little momentum.
And oftentimes that first drive is just a feeling out process. You have some plays that you've got called and you want to see how the defense reacts. It may not go terrific on the first one. Now they're ready to go. They've kind of got to look at them, got a sense. Let's see if they open things up a little bit.
See if they open things up and see what the defense does here, too, after a good stop. And incomplete as he was knocked as he threw it. And he took the ball off course.
It's now
They work again from the 38 on 2nd and 10.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes. But the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
He's going to fire one deep. And that's caught inside the 30. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. That one good for 37 yards.
Not sure much more could have been done there defensively. One up with him, tried to knock it away, tried to get an arm in, unsuccessfully.
From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 25-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Favre. Johnson with a completion over the middle. And he's got a 1st down following a pickup of about 13 as we will take a pause here for the 2-minute warning.
1st down, Panthers.
A reminder, coming up at halftime, Jonathan Coachman will join us from Orlando with our halftime report. But business to take care of before we get there.
A 2-minute drill before the coaches. 2 minutes.
He's got it for a Panther touchdown. And McCaffrey there to make the grab. And the Panthers add on to their lead. And in the red zone, I guess this is why you have a guy like that on your roster.
Without a doubt, and if you have him, you use him because he's a guy who's going to win just about every time. I don't care what the coverage is.
And he's able to put it through. Just a 4-play drive that time. And the end result, a Panthers touchdown.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
Following the touchdown, here's Anderson to kick it away. This will make it into the end zone. And Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Kirk Cousins now gearing up to lead this offense back out there. In the 2nd quarter, they're down big already. He's struggling as well. They've got to find something here. He's got to find something on this drive.
And sometimes you take on all that extra pressure on yourself, and maybe you have to disperse it a little bit. Lean on some other people, lean on your teammates, find someone who can take the pressure off and get the ball in their hands for a while.
Or this, if he doesn't, this is getting out of hand, or it could get worse. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there. Too good there. The contact popped the ball free, and it's 4th down.
This offense has definitely been slow getting out of the gate. It's almost like they missed their wake-up call for this one. No points on their first 2 possessions, and now it's looking like none on this one either.
This will be fielded at the 17. And that'll be a return of 12 following a very nice punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The Carolina offense about ready to go. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines, hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
They'll throw on 1st down with Favre. And he'll take a shot here for Hooper. And this will be caught at the 30. And they finally do get him, but not before he reaches the 27.
A gain of 45.
Well, that certainly changes things.
Yeah, I think the thought process is they take this lead into the locker room, run something simple here and run the clock out. Instead, they get the big play. Now they have a chance to increase what they've done in the first half.
From the gun, it's Favre. Going down the middle, and it's complete. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. A chance to really cap off a big first half here as they come up on 1st and goal.
Throwing is far.
Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Johnson was the intended receiver, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Here's Favre to throw.
And he's got it. Touchdown, Panthers. Andre Johnson in the final seconds of the first half. And the Panthers are able to grow their lead.
And that's a lead that excites a team as they head into the half. Good way to finish things off.
Yeah, able to extend that lead, and you always say it, that can totally change the complexion of half number 2.
Yeah, it changes your morale, changes your outlook. But even before that, let's see if they decide to kind of squib kick or what they're going to do on the kickoff, because you don't want to give up a big play right before the half ends.
Good point.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away.
That'll be taken about a yard deep.
And he'll be brought down shy of the 20, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone, not a good one.
Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own 18-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup. But how will the head coach and his staff approach halftime? Will it be angry? Will it be clinical? Will they be calm? Will they just let it all out? Who knows? I'd love to be a fly on the wall for this one, though.
That's it for the first. All right, hang on. We'll jump over halftime.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
The Vikings set to receive the second half kickoff, and they trail it here as we resume play. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17.
1st and 10 at their own 17.
Out come the Vikings. They'll have it first on offense as we begin the third. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of kickstarts them. 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, they certainly have been able to get him going and establish the run, so I think it's time to abandon that plan and start chucking it all over the park. And you know who's excited about that? The defensive front. They got to just pin their ears back and get after him now.
Again, it's Cook. And he'll be taken down at the 20 after a gain of just 1.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that.
A short gain that doesn't get them the first down brings up a 4th down situation.
Really nice job defensively. They knew where the sticks were. They got the stop before it.
Here's Britton Colquitt now as he's on to punt for Minnesota. It's taken to the 26. And all the way inside the 35 before he goes out of bounds.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at the 32-yard line.
And you want to talk about active hands. These guys, these defensive backs, these linebackers, they've had active hands.
Almost reminds you of those great basketball teams, the ones that really defend. And we talk about the length that they have and able to get their hands on balls and have deflections and knock them away. That's what we're seeing here. Very difficult to get a pass into a receiver because there's always someone in the lane.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. Now Favre. He's going to let this go. Back of the end zone. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete. The veteran Andre Johnson, the target on that one. But it's going to be 2nd down.
When you look at the scoreboard, you'd think they'd be pretty comfortable right now with this lead, but these guys are absolutely not going to let up. They want to increase their lead, and they want to do it with a big play. Unable to connect in that attempt.
Glad to have you with us from Minneapolis. 3rd quarter here, 2nd and 10. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. That'll leave them with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there.
In so many ways, throwing the hitch route is actually one of the safer things an offense can do. Get the ball out to the receiver as fast as possible, hope he's got man-to-man coverage, and hope that his athleticism wins on the perimeter.
2nd down pass play got him 8 yards. Now they've got a 3rd and a couple remaining. Intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks.
The 3rd down.
They needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter. Defensively, they did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
The Minnesota offense about ready to get this next drive underway. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone. And
I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
They run it again with Cook. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. And we return, welcoming you back to Minneapolis. A lot of folks starting to make their way to the parking lot. Their guys trail big here to begin quarter number 4. The Vikings on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Throwing, Cousins. Panther rush too strong. They get there and take him down.
We've been around this league for a while, and many coaches never pull their starting quarterback, almost no matter the situation. In this case, though, I think he's got to make a decision. He's taking a pretty good beating out there.
Yeah, and with the deficit, maybe not wanting to risk an injury. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. Desperation time. Cousins on 4th down. And defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
Morton Anderson to kick off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This taken in about 4 yards deep, and Abdullah will not try to bring it out.
At their own 25-yard line.
And now out comes Minnesota. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And, okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
Fighting to see, but in the end, the pressure too great, and he goes down. Jack Youngblood. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the fourth quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They're looking at second down now as they search for a consolation score. Toward the center of the field, but it's incomplete. He was looking for Adam Thielen there, but now it'll be third down.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
And that is incomplete. It just seems like all game long there hasn't been a lot of sync quarterback to wide receiver on this side of the football.
They haven't been on the same page, quarterback and receivers. Heck, they haven't been on the same grease board when you draw plays up. They haven't been on the same surface tablet that you look at on the sidelines. Nothing's worked for them. They've got to find a way to start matching each other's movements.
An excellent return that time, 26 yards. And the Panthers will take over in terrific field position. Here's the Carolina offense as they get ready to take over here. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. From the gun, they give to Tomlinson. And that play went nowhere. Losing yardage. They'll be back at the 36. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game against them, but tally that one on the side of the defense.
Do you think maybe, possibly, it can be a little bit of a changer for them? Maybe not a game changer, but a little bit of a momentum one that maybe they can string together some pretty good plays and slow them down.
Last year's rushing leader among rookies, this is Josh Jacobs.
And he'll be taken down at the 34. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
They need to get this to the 24 on 3rd down. Now they'll throw here out of the gun. He lets this one fly toward the back of the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. They'll give him credit, they took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. 4th quarter, you've got the big lead. If you're coaching, Charles, you still taking shots like that downfield?
I'd be a little more concerned with running some clock and making sure you're taking care of the lead, because you keep flinging it around, you throw a couple of picks, you can put yourself in jeopardy.
Well, they could just run this clock out, but here is the field goal unit on 4th down. On the left hash, officially, it's called a 51-yard attempt. And his kick is absolutely perfect. And they're sitting pretty now as the lead grows even further.
Vikings, nothing.
So it's 3 more points, and that widens this thing out even further here in the 4th.
And you know, in this league, you can never have enough points, but this widens it out, as you said, and now it's all about ball control, isn't it?
After the made field goal, Anderson back out to kick it away. Now Abdullah, the return. And he returns this to the 22.
Amir Abdullah on the return. The Vikings take over 1st and 10 at their own.
Minnesota now ready for their next possession. They are down big. They have not scored a single point. I don't know. Are they so defeated at this point you just want to get in the locker room, get the heck out of here?
That is one way to approach it. Sometimes coach say, that's it, okay? It hasn't worked all game. There's no sense in doing something now. Let's get out of here. No one gets hurt. But others will look at it and say, we still have an opportunity to do something.
On the line.
Exactly. You have pride on the line, execution as you look forward and get ready for your next game, and a message to your team. We're not going to quit no matter what the battle is. We're going to finish this thing out.
Well done. You've defeated this ultimate challenge. Now, if there are stars still available, you can always replay the challenge again. Otherwise, it's time to move on to the next.